tell you what, man, you did that dang old Mr. Tambourine Man talk about did come play songs for me, then you change your name Zimmerman, y'all born again.
Well, a whole bunch of kids coming around, like Mad Dog and Denim, going platinum, who knows, accounting firms and heck, dang old Boomer.
Now, as much as I would love to see a new episode of King of the Hill, and unfortunately it's 2021. And what's that mean, folks? That means can't trust anything that comes out here that gets rebooted, because generally they change everything, especially animated. Since they're changing the people who do the voices, the characterizations, the plot lines, the threat, all that gets changed over. Now, why am I saying this? Why am I saying, Zane? What are you trying to tell us? I mean, are you saying that maybe a King of the Hill might be a reboot might be in the works? Well, according to IGN, supposedly it is, and it's right now, according to one of the guys on one of the people on the show. They said that it's pretty much hot negotiations right now. And, there's so many things that's wrong with this, and let me just take a little bit from the article. King of the Hill may be the latest animated sitcom to return to air. Writer Brent Foster has revealed creators Mike Judge and Greg Daniels are currently in hot negotiations to revive the popular Fox series. Okay, understand now. And you probably clicked on the thumbnails on that. Well, what does that have to do with Disney? Remember, Fox was bought out by Disney. So basically, any property Fox had is now reverted to Disney.
Screw you, sir. I'm going home.
So basically, Mike Judge is doing business with Disney. As spotted by Tech Radar, Forrester teased the possible revival during a Reddit AMA session. While the negotiations are still underway, Forrest revealed the plan is to reintroduce Hank Hill and his family 15 years later after the events of the series finale. I'm not sure Greg Daniels and Mike Judge will murder me for sharing this, but hell yes, Forrester writes. They are in hot negotiations to bring back King of the Hill. The Trump administration made it suddenly very relevant again. See, there you go right there. The characters have all aged 15 years. The project is so good. Okay, I've said too much. It is unclear whether the revival series would air on Fox or shift to becoming a streaming exclusive on Hulu or Disney+. If it does come back, most likely probably Hulu. Presumably, most of the surviving voice cast will return, including Judge, both as Hank Hill and Jeff Boomhauer, Kathy Najany as Peggy Hill, Johnny Hardwick as Dale Gribble, and Stephen Root as Bill. However, given the time jump involved, it's possibly the role of Hank's son, Bobby, will be recast. Now, Bobby's voice was done Pamela Alden. That's who did his voice, which she's a woman. And the other half of it also remains to see how the revival might handle Hank's niece, Luann, and her husband, Lucky, as both voice actors. Brittany Murphy and Tom Petty have both passed away. They're not the only one that passed away. The other half would be the confusing is that John Redcorn, who originally was played by Victor Aaron, who passed away, is now done by Jonathan Josh, who now voices that particular character. King of the Hill aired for 13 seasons on Fox between 1997 and 2009, making it one of the most successful animated sitcoms to debut in the wake of The Simpsons. The series followed mundane day-to-day struggles of the Hill family and many other eccentric personalities in the fictional town of Arden. Similar to The Simpsons and Family Guy, the characters King of the Hill never aged significantly over the course of the series, so the revival will break new ground in that regard. Has Bobby made it good on his dream of being a stand-up comedian? Has Hank promoted to a full manager of Strickland Propane? Is Dale a good member of QAnon? These are the burning questions of revival to be answered. Yeah, you could say that. But see, here is the part they don't discuss. And again, I say this is 2021. 2021. What about the cons? Yes, that's right. Our good Asian neighbors that live in Arlen and the stereotyping that they do onto the Hill family and vice versa, which is voiced by Toby Huss, who is not Asian, and Lauren Tom, who is. Will they recast Toby? Because in this day and age, you've seen already on Family Guy, on The Simpsons, they have taken characters of minorities and changed them and recast them with minority voices. And the thing about it is, you have to remember, and most people don't realize this, and this is why voice actors are good at their trait and when they do it, because they're able to create a character. You have a TV series that, for example, like The Simpsons, that deals with stereotyping, and the characters are over-the-top stereotyping. Of course, if you find a comedian or someone that voice acts that's able to portray it very well, no matter what creed, color, sexuality, whatever you want to call it these days, they still do a good job of it. But when you sit there and says, well, we have to, if the person is Asian, must be voiced by an Asian. Bullshit. You're just trying to throw political jargon into a show. Because you have many different voice actors that do many different nationalities throughout. If the voice actor, yeah, I'll give you a perfect example. Samurai Jack. Yes, your favorite Samurai Jack. Do you know who voices Samurai Jack? Now, you know Aku was, you've had 3 voices. One of them was Mako, and he passed away. But Samurai Jack himself was done by Phil Lamar, who happens to be a great voice actor. A fantastic voice actor. And he's done many voices of many different people. Nobody has a problem with him doing an Asian voice. Nobody complains about that. But you know you're going to get complaints that people will want to change in the voice acting. They'll want a Native American doing John Redcorn. They'll want an actual Asian to do the cons. And you know, this is the thing that it comes down to this. And this is why, you know, Mike Judge, I don't know if you watch my show, if you're listening in on air, don't sign the contract with them. If you're going to do it yourself. You know you can get it and do it right per the fans. Because if you're going to do it for the fans deserve better than you going across and going to a company that just basically has butchered several series already, several IP franchises, such as Star Wars, Marvel. You know, the list goes on and on and on and on. Go take a look at Animaniacs on Hulu. Here we are. It's been out for quite some time. Nobody talks about it no more. Nobody talks about it, that it was such a great series, that it was so good, that it was a good return. No, we don't even hear not square one. And you know, we're supposed to get a Tiny Toons reboot, and we haven't heard much about that. And we're hearing Beavis and Butthead and Clone High and all that, because people are not caring for these reboots, because basically these studios are not doing well with them. And the ones that want to come out and do a good job of it doesn't get the light of day. And I'll tell you that for a fact, because I know people that have dealt with Cartoon Network, and specifically we were supposed to get a Courage the Cowardly Dog reboot, and it would have been done right. I know the people that are involved. Cartoon Network decided not to go with it. That should tell you. That should tell you where things are going these days. especially with Cartoon Network going down the drain anyway. They're circling the drain. But a King of the Hill reboot? No. I'm calling a pass unless Mike can tell me. He says, listen, this is going to be the same thing 15 years later. We're going to do the same thing. All the voice actors that we can get that are still alive can come back, do the job without on there, without going woke at all. But you can't give me that guarantee. No one can give that guarantee. That's the reason why a lot of people go independent with their projects these days, because if you have full control, Zack Snyder's Justice League, you get to do what you want to the vision you want. This is why Japanese anime does very well, because basically, they just do what they want and don't care what people say. People that are fans of the anime business will love those IPs. I loved Hank Hill and their family and King of the Hill. I love those shows. I loved Beavis and Butthead. I used to love The Simpsons. I used to love Family Guy. Not those shows, not anymore, because of what they've become. I just don't watch it anymore. Simpsons, Family Guy, zip. I don't watch it. I used to watch it religiously. Not anymore, because of the way it's become. The way they have kicked off voice actors on there. But don't you like diversity, Zane? It has nothing to do with it. This is political virtual signaling that basically have destroyed these IPs and continues to destroy. Why do you think they're afraid of YouTube? Why do you think there are all these articles trying to shut down all these channels on YouTube? Because they've been telling the truth. They've been making shows that people enjoy. That Batman movie that came out on YouTube, done by that fan movie, was excellent. That's the way I want to see a Batman on there. They're about to do Batman the Animated Series. They're about to bring that back. I'm afraid they're going to butcher that one as well, from what I've seen so far. So if you've reached this part of the video, please comment below. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification bell when you'll know when new episodes of Madman with a Show air here on Q2Cast TV. And we'll see you on the next one. God help us. Bye-bye now.
Hello, 911? No, I ain't calling a snitch. I got a real emergency. Yeah, I hope.
Some of us have been looking forward to this day for a long, long time.
These lucky contestants will win his or her weight in fish right here on Wheel.
Bobo's been eating Yappy's dog treats. That's right, Yappy's dog treats. Your dog will love that real liver and tuna taste with just a hint of cheese.